We've had a ton of rain up here in New England, so it could start raining at any second here. So, well, I'm making the video now. Anyway, I've got this friend who, a couple weeks ago, hanging out, talking, and he's been messing around with some chick. And she has a boyfriend. So, it's not, as far as I know, through all the details my friend gave me, she's not in an open relationship with her boyfriend. And so, yeah, my friend's messing around with her on the side, and I told him, like, listen, man, it's not my life, but that's not something I would do for, various reasons, for basically because it's immoral. And I didn't go into a lecture or anything with him, but it got me thinking, well, why don't I do something? Why wouldn't I do something with that? Now, in the past, I've had opportunities with women who actually happen to be in open relationships, and I didn't go for it each time because it's just so, it's disgusting, really. And I'm just thinking about it, thinking about the guy who agrees with it, just how much of a pathetic person that guy is. And that's not even, I'm not even trying to say that as an insult. It's just, you're in a pathetic state of mind. And they try to convince themselves that they're confident, that they're not worried. Oh, she comes home to me. No, man, underneath that, there's a lot of insecurity and fear that if they don't let their woman, gallivant and sleep with other men, that she won't come back to them. Anyway, yeah, it's a pathetic setup, and I just wanted to say that. So, no, I wouldn't participate in an open relationship, nor would I want to be a side piece in a woman's situation where she's cheating on her boyfriend. This is where I critique the red pill. Now, as I have explained in past videos, that the red pill has helped me in various ways, namely what I got from the red pill in mgtow content. And I was red pilled back in 2014. That's when I was first exposed to it. But rather, the basics, in my opinion, from what I got out of it, is never put women on a pedestal. Do not worship them. Do not simp to them. No white knighting. They're not these magical angels from heaven. So that's generally it. Always operate from a place of self-love and self-respect. I've made the argument, even in a video, that simping and worshiping women and putting them on a pedestal is idolatry. And men generally have this problem with putting women on a pedestal, putting them first in their lives, having them as the source of their happiness, the be-all, end-all, if you will. So, looking at my friend's situation and looking at the red pill, this is not all red pill content, but there are some red pill content creators that promote the idea of just, who cares, don't, sleep around with women, get your piece and go, it's all about you. And that's the part where I have to disagree with. Obviously, for moral reasons, I'm a Christian, I just won't participate in that sort of behavior. Nor do I feel that it is good to enable women like that, because you're giving them what they want. The modern Western woman is a spoiled brat, especially for sex. Men are just, even in the red pill, they're not, again, generally speaking, not all red pill content creators, but there are content creators that exhibit these behaviors and promote these sort of promiscuous behaviors, and they just say, pump them, dump them, and who cares? And basically, they are contributing to the problem. They are giving these women what they want. It is essentially, it's not simping, it's not white knighting, but you're still giving the women power. You're teaching her that she can have, well, essentially the phrase beta bucks and alpha rhymes with bucks and starts with an F. Yeah, they're enabling that behavior. They're enabling them to be the spoiled brats that they are today. And I refuse to give women what they want in that regard. Again, women, the modern Western woman, generally speaking, is a spoiled brat. Society has bent over for women. They give them whatever they want. Legislatively, there's so many privileges now. Women make more money than men. The list goes on and on. Western society has bent over for women at the expense of men. And to participate in these sort of games, if you will, of giving what they want, giving women what they want by being a side piece in their life, being the person involved, the person she's cheating on her boyfriend with. Okay, and in this space, in the red pill space, it's always, it's for the betterment of men. Okay, how are you bettering your fellow man if you're messing around with his girlfriend? So you have and I mean, this is the attitude, they don't, well, who cares? I'm getting my piece. Well, okay, then don't tell me that you care about your fellow man, because you are screwing over your fellow man. And, you could argue, well, if it's not me, she's just going to find someone else to do it. That's not your business and that's not your concern. You are contributing to the problem. Okay? You can call me whatever you want, but you truly are contributing to the problem. So don't tell me you care about your fellow man when you're messing with his girlfriend, with his girlfriend or spouse, whatever, wife, whatever the situation is. You're being a hypocrite, basically. And that's where I don't agree with some red pill content creators. Again, this is generally speaking, and this is not all red pill content creators. But if you're truly concerned about your fellow man, and there's always the statistic that women are going for the top 20%, 15%, 10% of dudes, and you say you care about your fellow man, and you're just you're doing what you're doing anyway. You're being the guy enabling her spoiled brat behavior. That's what you're doing. We're teaching women to be spoiled brats, and that it's okay that they can have their cake and eat it too, that they can stomp and romp and cry and piss and moan to get whatever they want. And this is the huge problem in society. And I won't contribute to it. I don't think you should either. I get it. There's temptation out there. I've had my opportunities. I've turned them down. Because for, again, many reasons. It's just, I think it's generally gross, So, anyway, that's all I got to say. I don't think there's anything else I need to add on to this. Thank you for listening. God bless. Peace.